Ryan Reynolds sits in front of a camera. No marketing team, no script, just a phone, a bottle of gin, and a joke. He posts it, and within hours, the internet does the rest. The brand takes off. The product sells out, and somehow he makes it look completely effortless. This video breaks down how he does it move by move. And by the end, you'll understand exactly why Ryan Reynolds is considered a marketing genius. The moment I realized Ryan Reynolds is playing a different marketing game was Mint Mobile.
At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does.
Not some flashy ad campaign, not a billion-dollar launch event, just Ryan, stock footage, sarcasm, and a $500 budget. And suddenly, everyone is talking about a discount phone company. He doesn't hire a production crew. He doesn't write a fake script. He walks into a white room, sits in front of a camera, and tells the truth. Big wireless companies spend billions on advertising. We spent $500. That's it. That's the whole ad. There's no pitch deck, no buzzwords, no fake enthusiasm, just honesty, humor, and self-awareness. The kind of tone most brands are terrified to use. But Ryan knows exactly what he's doing. He knows you don't want to win attention by being louder, you win by being sharper. Mint isn't sexy, it's not Apple, let's be real. It's a prepaid SIM card that saves people money, but he makes it feel fresh. He makes it feel cool, not by hyping the product, but by making fun of the entire industry. And while every other brand is busy flexing on billboards, Ryan Reynolds is quietly going viral from a folding chair and a punchline. He's not just running ads, he's subverting them. One low budget video turns into millions in sales. Mint becomes one of the fastest growing mobile providers in the country. And when it's time to cash out, he sells the company for $1.3 billion. That's not an ad campaign, that's a masterclass in how to make people care without ever sounding like you're selling them anything. So the question isn't, how did he sell a SIM card? It's, how the hell did he turn a boring idea into something brilliant? Because once you understand that, you see the pattern behind everything that he's gonna touch next. Let's talk Aviation Gin, a brand nobody's thinking about until Ryan Reynolds shows up. Not as a spokesperson, not as a hired face, he buys into the company, takes a stake, and immediately starts flipping the plate. Most celebrities slap their name on something and then they bounce. Ryan is the opposite. He leans in really hard. He doesn't just pitch the gin, he becomes the brand. He writes the scripts, he produces the ad, he acts in them, and instead of pretending like it's the greatest drink ever made, he jokes about how ridiculous it is that he's even selling it. One ad says that gin is distilled with his own tears.
The citrus fruits are misted using only the tears of Aviation's owner.
Another, it's just him sitting there, sipping, rambling for 45 seconds about nothing. There's no script, no sales pitch, just complete vibe. But here's the thing, people watch it, they don't skip it. They don't roll their eyes, they share it. They send it to their friends and they quote it. Because Ryan's not acting like a brand, he's acting like a person. And when you watch the ad, you're not thinking, oh wow, that was a well-produced. You're thinking, damn, that was actually funny. That's the cheat code. He doesn't interrupt your feed, he becomes part of it. He blends in like the content, then cashes out like commerce. And while everyone else is still chasing clicks with polished, forgettable garbage, Ryan's out here actually turning random, mid-tier liquor company brand into a $610 million acquisition. Aviation Gin doesn't just sell, it sells out. And Ryan, he reportedly walks away with over $100 million from his jokes, from the irony, from understanding exactly what modern marketing is supposed to feel like. Not scripted, not manufactured, not desperate, just clever, casual, and memorable. So the question becomes, if Ryan Reynolds can turn gin into $100 million by doing the opposite of what everyone else does, what else is he about to flip? Because this isn't a one-off, this is a pattern. Here's where it gets even crazier. Remember the Peloton ad? Yeah, the one that particularly broke the internet? A woman that buys a stationary bike, films her journey, and ends up looking like she's trapped in some dystopian marriage. The internet tears it apart. She gets clowned, memed, dragged on every single platform. And suddenly, this random actress, she becomes a viral target. Brands go silent, PR teams panic. No one knows what to say or how to react, whether to even acknowledge it. Because in the ad world, controversy means paralysis, but not for Ryan. While everyone else waits for permission, Ryan Reynolds grabs the moment by the throat. He finds the actress, he flies her out, and 3 days after the internet meltdown, She's sitting in a bar with 2 friends, a glass of gin in her hand. She doesn't speak, doesn't smile. She just stares forward, tired and silent, like someone who's been through complete hell and just needs a drink. Her friend slides the gin across the table. She nods, takes a sip, cut to black. No dialogue, no music, no logo shoved in your face, but everyone knows what it means. The internet explodes. It's on Twitter, it's on every blog, it's on national news. People call it the redemption arc of the year. The same actress that was a punchline is now a symbol of self-awareness and maybe even her own revenge. Ryan doesn't explain the ad, he doesn't walk it back, he doesn't post a statement because he doesn't need to. He lets the audience connect the dots, and that's what's gonna make it genius. It's not just fast marketing, it's empathetic, it's bold, and humankind. Most brands run away from controversy. Ryan builds stories out of them. He doesn't react late, he creates early. The gin ad wasn't just a joke, it was a culture pressure valve. A way to take all the chaos swirling online and funnel it into a single silent 3-shot commercial. No yelling, no hashtags, just one look, one moment, one perfect read of the room. And that's the move that separates the marketers from the storytellers. So now, not just about funny ads or viral stunts, it's about knowing exactly when to move and how to turn a cultural moment into brand equality. And once you see how Ryan does it once, you realize he does it everywhere. You probably heard of Wrexham by now. Small football club in a quiet Welsh town. So far off the radar, it might as well not even exist. 5th tier, no stars, no global audience. The kind of team that survives on local loyalty and blind hope. Then Ryan Reynolds buys it with Rob McElhenney. And like everything else he touches, he doesn't just buy it, he builds a story around it. But let's be real, this isn't just a cute project. It's risky. He's a Hollywood actor stepping into the world's most tribal sport in a country that doesn't care about movie stars if they can't win on the pitch. He could have signed the papers, taken some photos, and gone back to making movies. But that's not how he operates. He embeds himself in the identity of the club, and more importantly, he gives the town a reason to believe again. They roll cameras, not for a sizzle reel, but for a full-blown documentary series. It's raw, it's local, it's full of awkward moments and real tension. You meet the players, the pub owners, the supporters who've been showing up for 20 years through rain and relegation. And suddenly, this tiny club becomes the backdrop of something bigger. A story about pride, redemption, and rebuilding from the ground up. They fix the pitch, renovate the stadium, invest in the roster, and every step of the way, they bring the audience along for the ride. There's no polished PR, no fake hero narrative, just 2 guys learning in real time how to run a football club and letting you feel what they feel as it happens. And the difference, Ryan doesn't create distance between the brand and the people, he removes it. He makes you care about the goalkeeper's injury. He makes you cheer for the underdog striker. He makes you feel like your team in your hometown could be the next big team. And when the team starts winning, it's not just about goals, it's about validation. The town fills with energy, merchandise sells out, the tourism explodes, bars and hotels get booked for the first time in years. And he's still doing the same small things. Posting memes, celebrating player birthdays, sending DMs to Premier League players, asking them to just sign with Wrexham. Not as a joke, because he believed. And that belief is contagious. The audience doesn't feel marketed to, they feel invited in. And the town doesn't feel bought, it feels elevated. This isn't branding, this isn't some glossy rebrand. It's modern myth making through authenticity, humility, and timing. Ryan doesn't treat this like a vanity project, he treats it like a platform, a living, breathing story. And for the people of Wrexham, they become the heroes. And somehow, all of it works. The club, they climb the ladder, the fan base explodes, American viewers start watching English football because they care about this one random team from Wales. And a dead tier football club becomes a global brand without ever pretending to be anything other than itself. So now, ask yourself, what brand do you know that could pull this off? Not a product push, not a stunt, just real storytelling that moves people and makes money. Because at this point, it's not about gin or phones or football, it's about the strategy that pulls it all off and the guy that keeps pulling it off with nothing but personality and timing. So let me ask you something. What's stopping you from what Ryan Reynolds did? You don't need Deadpool, you don't need millions of dollars. You just need to give a damn about your product. You need to speak directly to the people. You need to be real, witty, and sharp. And if you can be genuinely you, the people they're gonna follow. Ryan Reynolds didn't win the marketing game. He won because he understood people. And he turned attention into equity, laughter into loyalty, and personality into profit. So yeah, Ryan Reynolds is a marketing genius. But the crazy thing is, you could be too. So let's go ahead and get started. If you got value from this video, please hit that subscribe button. And until next time, love you guys. Peace.